Hello, this is G Baby, and welcome back to Let's Play Breath of Fire 3. Let's get to work at Aral Road. Last time we already learned the Influence enemy skill, but there's still a few more that I want to learn eventually. So let's see what we got going on around here. Hopefully someone that has another skill I'd like to learn. Okay, Aigu. Now, this guy has an unusual enemy skill to learn. Snooze. But it'll only use that on its 10th turn. Also, you see here, Ray got an extra turn there. That's because if you have double the agility, or more, than the agility of the fastest enemy in battle, you'll be able to get an extra turn per round. So that's pretty nice. Though generally that's not really practical to shoot for in random battles. It's more useful in like boss fights and stuff. So we just gotta wait around a little bit. Okay, this is round 3 so far. Very nice. Round 4. Unfortunately though, that does mean I gotta go through some extra commands or rounds of combat, I suppose, to get going. Okay, this will be round 6. This enemy skill isn't that extraordinary to get. If you don't want to get it, you don't have to. But I found it useful on a couple occasions. Okay, I think this would be round 8 then. Uh-oh. Yeah, we don't want to kill the guy. The guy is 12 HP. So we got to be careful not to counterattack, but there's really not much I can do about it. Well, there is. I could use the Examine command, but then I would take more damage than I would with Defend there. Okay, round 10. Let's see if we can get it. Hey! There we go. We got Snooze. So it basically puts you to sleep, but lets you regenerate some small amount of HP and AP. I don't particularly care who uses it. I don't use it until quite a bit later in the game. But now we can just take the guy out. I guess we might as well try to steal from him, though nothing that I'm extraordinarily interested in. Now you see Ryu also got an extra turn there in that round. That's because when all the enemies are asleep or paralyzed or otherwise incapacitated, their agility effectively becomes 0. They can't do anything. Let's see. Also, Aigu has no elemental weakness. Also, though, if you can inflict the blind status on them, you can get significantly more experience from killing them, though I don't have a way of doing that right now, and nor would I recommend it. I would like to keep my levels a little low early on. But for now, yeah, we don't even have blind in the first place. So, what kind of work you do here, guys? Oh, okay. Yeah, if you go all the way to the east, you'll be... Well, I guess I could show you. Oh, okay. Like all good JRPGs, we have to have Windia in the game somewhere. Well, that too. So what do we got? Oh, okay. And then what? Well, I think they already said, like, they mug people earlier. So we're going to hide behind some trees and then mug whoever's coming by. You might also see that item bag in the upper right there. I'll pick that up in a bit. Oh, okay. I guess we can move around again. Well, let's see what we got going on over here. If you try going to Windia, you get blocked by an invisible plot wall. But I mean, we already got a house and a roof over our heads. What more do you... Well, I mean, we want food. And we also want to fight another new enemy, Mage Goo. Let's see, that guy has another enemy skill that I would like to learn. Let's see what we can do about it. Okay, so Ray, start working on the Eye Goo. And then everyone else, examine the Mage Goo. So we can learn another enemy skill there. Most enemy skills have a learning rate of a 1 in 8 chance to do so. And yeah, Snooze and what I'm going to get here are no exception. Okay, now we just gotta wait for the guy to use it eventually. Just a random chance whether they use it or not. Oh, well, not really much of a point of using Examine during an extra turn, since the enemies can't do anything during that time. Although I am kind of surprised the guy hasn't even tried to use it once. There we go! Burn, baby, burn! Eventually, I want to get that for Ryu. Or get that over to Ryu. But for now, this will do. And by the way, for all enemy skills, or any skills in general, anything that goes into the skill menu, you can only have one of it in your entire party. You can't learn it again for everyone. No, it doesn't work that way. I'm not going to be using most of the enemy skills very early on, but I will use some of them. Hey, we got another healing herb. Nice. Well, so far, doing really good on learning enemy skills. Oh yeah, let's see. The Mage Goo is weak to ice. Okay, do we even have the ability to use ice damage yet? No, we don't. We do eventually, just not very early on. Might want to heal up just a little bit with some crack tears. That ought to do. Ryu does have a heal spell. I suppose I could have used that, but we didn't take very much damage. So I figured I'd save that for bigger problems. And let's see, if you go to the west side of the road, oh, hey, all right, we got a Waistcloth right away. I was just trying to steal from the guy, and, well, there we are. Yeah, I didn't expect to get it so easily. The base drop rate of a Waistcloth from that guy is, I think it was 1 in 64, if I recall correctly. But when you, well, stealing algorithms, let's see. Yes, it's still modified by your agility, so it's not actually 1 in 64. But it does, what is it? It is kind of tricky to steal from the guy, but, well, we got lucky. Now, normally I wouldn't want to kill a boss goblin, but I'm doing it just so I can show you some stuff. I could kill the guy, but let's not do that. I want to show you what happens. Game? They don't seem to be doing it. Well, what can happen... Okay, yeah, I guess it hasn't worn off yet. Let me see here. Let me try doing this. There we go. So yeah, after Influence wears off, I think it lasts like 3 rounds or something, then Goblins will use Unmotivate, which is a learnable enemy skill, but it basically does nothing for us. Ooh, a bent sword. Nice. So yeah, I would not recommend learning it. I'm not going to learn like every single enemy skill in the game because a lot of them are really, really bad and really annoying to learn. So I would not bother with that. But yeah, I just wanted to show you what happens if you kill Boss Goblin before the other goblins. But yeah, usually I would just want to kill the goblins and let the Boss Goblin run away so I don't get as much experience. Keep my levels a little low there. Okay, yeah, Teepo took quite a bit of a hit there, so yeah, let's heal him up and see what else we got going on around here. Hey, Gobi! No, that's another game. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. Well, then what are you doing here? Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. There's nothing to be had there. But anyway, okay, so we got the Waistcloth. Let me see. I could probably give it to Ray there. Oh, it's even lighter than the leather armor. Nice. Let's see. Can I give the leather armor to someone else? Not without crippling their agility. Let's see. So yeah, we have equipment weight in the game, which reduces your agility. Most enemies here have like 7 agility or less, except for 2 enemies that have a lot more agility. So there's no point in worrying about that. So yeah, I want to keep Ryu and Teepo with their agility above 7. So I'm not going to equip the leather armor, though I will use it later on eventually. Yeah, let's heal up Ryu a little bit there too. Okay, so there's one more enemy skill I want to get. I'd also like to get a second Waistcloth, but it's not absolutely imperative. There's other ways we can acquire another one. Oh yeah, also, once you've killed an enemy, you'll see their HP bar there, so you know roughly how close you are to killing them, just like the previous games in the series. Oh, okay. Okay, so before going to that hiding spot, let's go around here and collect our treasure. Well, that's more than we would get from mugging someone, probably. Okay, go over here, activate the sequence trigger, and we're good to go. Kind of reminds me of the intro to Gungnir. Hiding before stealing. Well, I'm a dragon, dude. Well, that too. No, I don't think so. But in any case... Oh, hey! I don't think this is such a good hiding spot. Oh, okay. Whoa! Well, that didn't go as planned. Well, no, we're not stealing, we're just borrowing. Uh-oh. Well, he's smarter than he looks. Oh, what's the worst that could possibly happen if we get caught? Bats. Well, now what do we do? Oh, what do you mean? What's up? Oh, well, maybe he has a family. Maybe not, though. Oh, I guess he might have some in his stores. Okay, in any case, let's see what we got. Okay, so there's one more enemy skill I want to learn. If I don't learn it here, I can learn it in some nearby areas. Let me see. Yeah, the enemy I'm looking for is around eventually. But, okay, well, unfortunately, we gotta go back the way we came and get to Bunyan's house. And find a new enemy that I'm looking for. Alright. Ripper. Okay, so for this one... yeah, it's just a random chance of the guy using it and us being able to learn it. We'll probably kill the Aigu with or no, we wouldn't because we're examining. Yeah, while you're examining an enemy, you can't reprisal or counterattack, which I suppose makes sense. Let's see. How about... Yeah, you try to kill off the Aigu, and the rest of us try to examine the Ripper. Hey, there you go. There's what I wanted to learn, blind. But, as you can see, it didn't work. So it's a 1 in 8 chance of learning, for us to learn enemy skills. So let's see, you finish off the Aigu, the rest of you guys keep on trying to learn from the Ripper there. I don't think being blinded would make a difference on that. I may need to heal along the way. And if this does start taking, like, a really long time, then I'll just edit out. Or we could learn it now! Alright! Very nice. So yeah, blind, what does, well, what you think it would do. It reduces your physical attack accuracy, but against Aigus and Magegus, if you inflict it on them, let's see. They also reward a lot more experience, for some reason. That's an intentional mechanic of the game. If you fulfill some condition with an enemy, they'll reward more experience. But, like I said, I don't want to do that right now because I want to keep my levels a bit low. I don't want to just, like, run from every battle or kill my party members all the time to keep my experience low, but if I could avoid getting more experience, I'd rather do that in the very early game here. But, I mean, it's not a big deal either way. Okay, well, I got all the enemy skills I wanted without having to go too far out of my way to learn them. Unfortunately, Ryu didn't get any of them, but that's okay. I'm not really going to be using them that much. By the way, with abilities that inflict a status ailment, or like a debuff on an enemy, its accuracy is based on your intelligence stat. So you generally want your mages to be doing that. Even though blind is actually more of a physical skill, you'll deal about like 50% normal physical damage if you use it, but you can inflict a status ailment, possibly. Although early on, that's kind of hard to do intentionally. Okay, well, we got, yeah, a lot of good stuff out of that area. Okay, so before going to Bunyan's house, I actually want to go somewhere else first. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm going to leave Ryu as is. Let's see, Teepo, you got your knife. Ray. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave everyone alone there. Yeah, Bent Sword is pretty weak. One thing you want to keep an eye out for throughout the game is... Oh, let's give him the Bent Sword. That'll work. But you want to watch out for enemies that have equipment to steal, because that's a really good way of making money throughout the game. Equipment generally sells for really good money. Okay, as far as agility goes, yeah, I think I'm just going to leave things as is. Although now, well, let's get into camp first. Now that I've actually learned all of the enemy skills that I care about, I might want to think about, let's see, Yeah, let's rest up there. I might want to think about using the attack formation because I'm not just going to be sitting there waiting forever for the enemy to use the enemy skills. I am getting really lucky with learning the enemy skills quickly. I was thinking I'd have to wait like 5 or 10 minutes for every enemy skill until I learn it and just edit out the time in between. Okay, so we got all those. Let's see, I'm thinking if I want to use the attack formation. I don't think so. Yeah, we're still a bit low on HP. So I think I'll just leave it alone. Something I was thinking about doing was, like, putting Ryu in the lead of the party. Give him, like, a whole bunch of heavy armor and use the attack formation so enemies would be more likely to attack him first. Being in the lead of the party with the attack formation. But that would like greatly reduce his agility, and I'd rather he be faster than the enemies. So I think I'm just going to leave it as is for now. There are times when I do want to use the attack formation, but this is not one of them. If you didn't get the Waistcloth yet, don't worry, viewers. You don't need that. You can just stick with the leather armor. So if you want to go to Bunyan's house, this would be the way to go, but I would highly recommend going up to this area now that we're able to. I call this area the road to Mount Glaus, to the north there. And the reason I want to go through this area now is because it'll be easier for us to do it now with a full party than later. And sometimes when you go through a dungeon, once you've completed it and go to the other side, you can just pass on through it on the overworld. So you don't have to go through the area again there. Usually. Not always, but usually. Okay, so this area requires us to use field skills. Press the triangle button with someone. You can usually do something. In this case, Teepo can kick. Kick the little rock out of the way. Stop up the river there, and have everyone die of thirst. That's great. And here's another new enemy that I'm looking for, Man Trap. I do want to steal an item from the guy, and they start asleep, but unfortunately Pilfer, because it deals some physical damage, it will wake the guy up, and this guy can hit pretty hard sometimes. Let's see. You know what? Let me do something a little different here. Let's see. Can I get... Yeah, let's get a little... Actually, hold on. Let's see. We got some proc tiers. How about we... Yeah, how about we just do that? Okay, proc tiers on Teepo. And I want to wait until Ray gets his extra turn on this guy. Because on extra turns, enemies can't really do anything to you. I mean, they could reprisal, but they won't be able to have an action. Otherwise, it wouldn't really be an extra turn, would it? Okay, and then, let's see. This guy's weak to fire! So let's go with Flare. Let's see, did I get... Oh, I got burned on Ray there, not Ryu. That's fine, though. Hey, there we go! We got a sharp stick in the eye! There we go! Which is another weapon. It is really, really bad, but it will still count towards one of the 15 weapons that I will need by the time we get to that point. Okay, then now we can just go all out, mostly. Let's see. Let's see how my physical attack does on this guy. Teepo should definitely use Flare. Let's see. Ryu, though, you're probably not gonna deal much damage to this guy. But I'll give it a try anyway. If he takes a lot of damage, then I'll, yeah, then I can have him defend. Yeah, I think I'll have... Or not. I was going to say, I think I'll have Ray start using burn on the guy, but then we killed the guy. But yeah, that guy can hit really hard with its physical attacks. I do want to get a second pointed stick from the guy as well. So that way I can have one equipped and then one in the reserve inventory. And here we got a Weather Vane. Let's see, I think that does wind damage to all enemies. Like, I think the spell is called Typhoon. Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, I'd like to save those, or battle items, for emergencies. Battle items are actually pretty good in this game. But alright, let's get out of here after getting the pointed stick, at least. Oh, and here we got another new enemy, Puff Goo. Okay, so these guys, I don't think there's anything remarkable about them. Let's just kill the guy. Yeah, Pilfer at least is free. Oh well. We'll kill the guy probably. What does this guy even have to steal? They have, let's see, a healing herb. I wouldn't go out of my way to learn it. Hey, there we go. We got another level for Ryu and Teepo. And we got the healing herb anyway. Yeah, the way stealing and dropped items work, and they have both in this game, is if you don't steal the item, you have a chance of it dropping. That's where I got the 1 in 64 chance of the Waistcloth dropping earlier. But if you stole the item, then you also have a chance of getting some other dropped item that you normally can't get any other way. So that's pretty nice. But yeah, definitely rest up after getting a start in there. I do want to keep on going to the other side of the place eventually there. But can we successfully get some food from Bunyan's house? Find out next time on Let's Play Breath of Fire 3. This is H.C. Bailey, signing off. Have a good day.